Good evening. Oh, I'm running around here, but let's get started. This is an exciting night. My name is Tracy Campbell, and I'm the president for Dollars for Scholars, AP chapter. On behalf of the board, we have many board members here tonight. On behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome the class of 2021. You guys are all right there. I'd like to welcome your families, your guests, and the sponsors to this year's awards night. I want to start the night by congratulating the senior class of 2021. This is just the beginning for you guys. I've watched so many of you grow up to be wonderful young men and women, and it's an honor, honestly an honor to be up here, holding back my tears. It might not happen. Our board is made up of a lot of really great community members. They're giving their time, talent, and their treasures throughout the year for our seniors in high school and our postgrads. I'd like to recognize each one of them, and as I do, I'd like them to stand. We have Dave Mansheim, Mary Schwennen, Deb Preer, Melissa Cope, Jody Birch, Cindy Canigator, Maggie Abbas, Valerie Thorne, Amy Shipper, Tara Miller, Kathy Clark, who's not here, Mike Brannon, and Josh Peters and Matt Jacobson all weren't able to make it tonight. Thank you. We had two members resign this year that I'd like to recognize, Peg Nevins and Jamie Meyer. Both of these ladies were valuable members of our board, and we appreciate their time and commitment to Dollars for Scholars. We'll start the evening with a song from the men's choir, directed by Mr. Bieber, then a few words from Mr. Thomas.
Come and let our swelling song mount like the whirling wind. As it meets our singing throng, so blithe of heart and mind. Care and sorrow now be gone, brothers in song sing on. Brothers sing on, sing on. Youth is a wandering troubadour, sailing the singing breeze, wooing a maid on a distant shore, over the tossing seas. Steering by the stars above, his vessel a song of love. Brothers, sing on, sing on. Errant minstrels, thus we greet you. List to our voices strong. With glad and open hearts we meet you in a festival of song. Care and sorrow now be gone, brothers in song sing on. Brothers sing on, sing on.
Thank you, men's choir, for that. Again, we thank everyone for coming. My name's Aaron Thomas, the high school principal. I just wanted to take a minute to thank our Dollars for Scholars board for the amount of work and time and effort they put in, not just to the board and the giving of their time, but when you go through the list and you look at the generous donors, I see a lot of former school teachers, former bus driver, just people in our community who've decided giving back to our young people matters. I think the ultimate compliment to any board or organization is when another organization calls you to see, we had a neighboring school district call me this year and just say, how does your Dollars for Scholars program do this? Every year, what do they do for fundraisers? What do they do? And I think it's just a testament to our community and their willingness to give back to former teachers, businesses, to give to the future of these young people. And the beauty of this group is I can tell you these dollars will be well spent. Because with this group, there's no question they'll go out and do great things and prepare themselves for life after AP and become extremely successful. And my hope is one day they're giving back so the next generation can have the same opportunities they'll have. The fact that tonight our Dollars for Scholars will give away $96,412 is a heck of a statement. Of that, $44,877 will go to our post-grads. It's not uncommon to get scholarships when you first graduate high school. What is very uncommon is to receive money from your school your sophomore, junior, and senior year. Parents, make sure they click the box so they get that money next year, because sometimes that's a problem. But to our board, to our communities, we can be extremely proud of what we are able to offer, and to watch this grow in my time here in 7 years as principal, to see through COVID how this group worked together to make sure we had it last year, and that this year we were able to have our program here. I just can't thank them enough for all they do. So on behalf of the students, as an administrator and now as a parent, thank you very much for all your time and effort. Thank you.
So each year we invite a former senior, a alumni of AP to come and speak. So this year, Ainsley Brungard, please come up.
Hello. Most of you probably know who I am, but for those of you who don't, my name is Ainsley Brungard, and I'm a graduate of the Appleton-Parkersburg class of 2020. I'm currently attending the University of Northern Iowa, pursuing a degree in public health with 2 certificates in women's health and global health. Tonight, I would like to talk about how the Appleton-Parkersburg Dollars for Scholars program has aided me in my first year of college. I'm sure most of you have heard this by now, but college is expensive. It can be hard to fully understand the price tag until you actually step on campus for the first time. I knew going into college was going to come with a high price tag, but $428 for 1 semester of books, $149 mandatory technology fee, $114 mandatory student service fee, printing and document fees, parking fees, and all the other fees that just so happen to appear on your bill at the end of the semester. These fees plus tuition is a hefty cost. Some of you may choose to live on campus, so there will be living expenses, or if you're choosing to live at home, paying for gas is something to think about. These numbers are not supposed to scare you, but rather to show you that the money that I received last year really helped me have an amazing first year of college. I don't have to take out as many loans, so the money I make in the future will be mine rather than you and I's. This is not only going to help me now, but also in the future. Words cannot express how much Dollars for Scholars program has helped me and all the graduates that have come before me. It is another way to show just how lucky we are to come from a community that supports student success from preschool all the way through college. Remember, it is not like this everywhere. Not every school has a generous program that truly cares about your education. Looking at all the scholarships being given tonight, there are no big chain restaurants or stores. Instead, you will see small, local businesses and owners, along with community members, giving to support the students in their community in hopes that they will be able to pursue their dreams. As you begin to prepare for college in the fall, I want you to remember just how special this community is and how Dollars for Scholars will impact you. Lastly, thank the donators, the people here tonight giving you these awards, and the people who have been a part of this program in the past. Graduates, remember to thank the donors. Without them, your college education may not be possible. And finally, I wish you all the best with whatever your future holds. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Ainsley. Appreciate that. I want to take some time to thank the AP faculty and staff for your help with the students this year. A lot of times I'm emailing Mr. Thomas or Mr. Flanagan and just checking in on students. Sometimes just the numbers seem like, oh, we should have a few more, can we check in? And they're always so good to check in with them. Also, I wanted to thank Kelly Eilers for streaming this for us for those who are unable to be here tonight. Aaron touched it when he said thank you to the sponsors. Like, truly, our organization is blessed by all of the businesses, former students of Applington and Parkersburg, and then we also have families who leave money for a legacy of a loved one. It just really means a lot to our community. I hope you guys can really grasp this tonight, that the members of our community are really rooting for you guys. So our awards committee, kind of how the process works, our awards committee works together based on your profile. You're scored, and they work together. They don't know you by name, they know you by number only. And based on your score and the criteria set for the scholarships, that's how we come up with which scholarships you guys will receive. So just a few announcements about tonight's process. To respect the health of others, we ask that you approach the stage with your masks on. Enter the stage on your right, and then we'll ask that you exit on the other side. The scholarship sponsor or board member will present the award and announce your name. When you hear your name, please make your way up and receive your award, which will be laying on the table over here by Melissa. With your final award, you'll receive an envelope, which will include instructions for receiving this year's scholarship. There's a couple more steps you guys will have to do, so be sure to read these, as well as post-grad application information for next year. Most importantly, within the envelope, there will be names and addresses of your sponsors. Please write them a thank you note. Like Ainsley pointed out, it's so important and they really appreciate it. And we can't stress it enough. You might hear it one or two more times tonight. So without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here tonight. Thanks for being here, everybody, and let's give away some scholarships.
Yeah, they're working on it. I saw Gary go to grab them. All right. Whenever you're ready, I just didn't want you starting and having them not be ready. It's new for everybody. No, I mean this here tonight.
I think we're ready to go. It's always a fun time to be able to announce and give away money. My first scholarship is from Aaron and Lindy Campman for $500, and it goes to Summer Stotler. I have 5 scholarships from Allen, Dale, and Fayette Meyer Trust for the amount of $1,500. The first one goes to Brittany Gibson, second to Morgan Conan, Madison Krausman, Bailey Alberts, and Joshua Hahn. The next award is from Andy and Elizabeth Knock Endowment for $400, and it goes to Sequoia Benham.
The next scholarship is on behalf of AP Booster Club. $250 each to Matthew Birch, Jada Oldenberger, Cameron Luring, and Jake Wolf. The next scholarship from AP Booster Club in memory of Coach Ed Thomas, $500 to Olivia Hauser. The next one, AP Booster Club in memory of Stan Schipper to Macy Freund. And then from AP Tax and Accounting, $250 for Madison Krausman.
Applington AMVET Post 102 is pleased to give a $250 scholarship to Jada Ohlenberger and a $250 scholarship to Owen Thomas. Congratulations.
On behalf of the Applington Community Club Scholarship, $100 to Sequoia Benham.
On behalf of the Applington Women's Club, I'd like to present $250 to Morgan Conan and $250 to Mackenzie Reynolds.
On behalf of the Applington Parkersburg Dollars for Scholars, I'd like to present Caden Campbell with $200, Somer Stotler with $100, Riley Freud with 125, and Olivia Lester with 100. Congratulations. 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 Also from Appleton Parkersburg Dollars for Scholars, $100 to Regan Schneiderman, $100 to Gavin Stroh, $300 to Owen Thomas, $100 to Bodie Miller. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Applington Parkersburg Dollars for Scholars also has $100 for Gabriel Ridinghouse. Cameron Loring has $400. Trevor Rule, $200. Corinne Bellows, $100. Jacob Wolf, $375. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
On behalf of Arnold Shipper Memorial for Business, there's a $150 scholarship for Owen Thomas. And on behalf of Arnold Shipper for the Medical, $150 to Faith Foxton. On behalf of Beaver Meadows Golf and Country Club, I'd like to present 2 scholarships, each of $150, one to Mackenzie Reynolds and to Caden Campbell. On behalf of Ben and Ruth Hook, I'd like to present a $550 scholarship to Reagan Schneiderman.
It's my pleasure to present the Coach Dorn, Mr. Bill Dorn, Academic and Athletic Scholarship for the top GPA in baseball and basketball to the senior class this year, to $225 for baseball and basketball, Owen Thomas.
On behalf of Bonnie and Vern Holm, $800 goes to Faith Foxen. And on behalf of Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate, $250 goes to Faith Foxen and Trevor Rule.
Okay, on behalf of Cedar Valley Dental Associates, I'd like to award $1,000 scholarship to Macy Freund. On behalf of Christian and Ruth Fisher, $300 to Cian Luring. On behalf of Coach Al Kearns, $175 to Owen Thomas. On behalf of the Main Station Salon and Spa, $200 to Gavin Stroh. In memory of Kurt Stewart, $150 to Trevor Rule.
From the class of the 2010 senior football season, the year they sold the T-shirts with the 4 fingers, they gave a scholarship back in honor. And this year's recipient for $150 is Owen Thomas. The Coach Ed Thomas Scholarship for $250 this year goes to Nick Johnson. And a new scholarship this year in honor of Darlene Driesman, which her sister Lois, after Darlene passed to COVID, talked about how much Darlene just loved the kids and being around the kids and all the routes and activities and everything else that she did for the school. In honor of the first Darlene Driesman Memorial Scholarship for $100 is Reagan Schneiderman.
I'm going to touch a little bit on these thank you notes. I was talking to a presenter this morning, and her family gives a scholarship. Her mom is 85 years old. You don't know her, but that's not the point. Last year, of course, she was in the house most of the time with COVID, and also this year. But the thing she said the most is she loves to get those notes once a year from Dollars for Scholars. So, again, you probably don't know half of these scholarships where they came from. They're past people from Applington Parkersburg, but please, please take that little time to write them a personal note. Don't type anything in, just write it, okay? So I have a memory of Dennis Euban, who is from Applington, a $275 scholarship to Sequoia Benham. And in memory of Deanne Fry, I have a $100 scholarship to Cian Luring. And from Delbert and Arlene Colquitt of Parkersburg, a $550 scholarship to Summer Stadler. Dennis Hook and family, a scholarship of $100 to Caden Campbell. From DeBreeze Trucking and Livestock from Austinville, a $150 scholarship to Missy Oswagon. And from Dr. Robert Watson, who was a dentist in Parkersburg, a $150 scholarship to Olivia Hauser.
Okay, for this next scholarship, it is my honor as a descendant of Don and Anna Mae Maiman. 17 years ago, actually, is when this scholarship was established. So for 17 years, my family has continued to think of the communities of Applington, Parkersburg, and all of you that are sitting in those seats. This year's recipient of the Don and Anna Mae Maiman Scholarship is Hallie Peterson for $175.
On behalf of the Dumont Telephone Company, a $500 scholarship to Nicholas Johnson. On behalf of the Dwight and Marjorie Galpin Bode family, a $150 scholarship to Kayla Warnica. And from the Eichenberg Selvage, a scholarship of $150 to Olivia Hauser.
The scholarship for the Falcon Pride Club is, it's funded entirely by those small businesses you guys been hearing about. And recently Connie Reynolds had posted a picture of Kinsey and Reagan. Embarrass them a little bit here, but they had won the Cedar Valley Cup, and they were just little, and they were the squirrels that year. And they went over there and won it. But some of these businesses have been doing this for decades, so remember to honor those businesses. So the Falcon Pride Club would like to award $100 to Bodie Miller.
Okay, on behalf of Fern Neiman Crumey, I'd like to award a $1,200 scholarship to Matthew Birch. On behalf of For the Love of Quilting, Sheila Cordes Memorial, $100 to Corinne Bellows. On behalf of George Palmer, $175 to Summer Stotler. On behalf of Glenn Fry, $150 to Olivia Lester. Highview Animal Hospital is pleased to present a $1,000 scholarship to Gabby Rottinghouse.
On behalf of Hilco and Henrietta Nievenhoven, there are 2 scholarships. The first one is for $1,075 to Emily Price, and the second $1,000 to Mackenzie Reynolds. On behalf of Holger L. and Alice G. Bacher Holm, a $350 scholarship to Corinne Bellows. And on behalf of Iowa State Bank, there are 4 scholarships, each for $500. The first to Olivia Lester, Emily Price, Gavin Stroh, and Elizabeth Moore.
I am representing my siblings, and we are happy to award a $1,000 scholarship in memory of our parents, Ivan and Margaret Harkin, to Christian Iders.
On behalf of Janie Walters Moeller, a $1,175 scholarship to Caden Campbell. And on behalf of Joe Van Eschen, a $550 scholarship to Cyan Luring.
I'm Johanna Bedke. I have 2 $500 scholarships, Kayla Warnica and Nicholas Johnson. You're welcome. Congratulations. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to award a $125 scholarship in memory of my mother-in-law, Elizabeth Schwinnen, to Sequoia Benham. Josh and Brooke Timmer, both former students, have established a scholarship for the amount of $1,500, and that scholarship will go to McKenna Brower. In memory of Keith and Heather Vry, there's a $225 scholarship, and that'll go to Jacob Wolf. There's two $500 scholarships in memory of Keith and Heather Vry Sinclair Memorial. Those go to Cale Lubkus and Elizabeth Moore. I have a $100 scholarship, Kenneth Cope, and it will go to Missy Oswegen.
On behalf of the Lawler and Swanson Law Firm, I'm happy to award a $250 scholarship to Caden Campbell.
On behalf of Lincoln Savings Bank, I'd like to award 4 $250 scholarships to Matthew Birch, Riley Freund, Reagan Schneiderman, and Macy Freund.
On behalf of the Cox family, we are presenting the first Louis Cox Memorial Scholarship for Criminal Justice to Jada Ohlenberger.
On behalf of Merle Huizinga, I'd like to present a $550 scholarship to Summer Stotler.
honor of my husband, Mike Buckholz, I'd like to present a $100 scholarship to Joshua Hahn.
In memory of Michael Nevins, a $150 scholarship for Nick Johnson. And the next one's in memory of my father-in-law, Mike Campbell, who left behind what we think is a legacy of love and generosity in our community. We're giving $600 to Corinne Bellows. And the Minnie Oldenburger Scholarship for $275 to Riley Freund.
I'm back once again. But this time I'm going to omit something that I probably wouldn't do before now. But the next scholarship I am going to present is actually in memoriam to a former Applington-Parkersburg teacher. Classes 96 through 98 came together when we heard a passing of our former Spanish teacher in September due to COVID. I may or may not have been one of the students getting her off task every once in a while. I told you I will never admit this ever before tonight or ever again. But she had a passion not only for foreign language, but different backgrounds, and I just remember her being very passionate and very excited to educate people about different cultures and languages. So it is my honor to present Riley Freund with $500 in scholarship in memory of Miss Muty.
On behalf of Midwest One Bank, it is my pleasure to announce the following awards. To Olivia Lester, $250. Gavin Stroh, $250. Mackenzie Reynolds, $100. And Jacob Wolf, $250. It is also my pleasure to announce the Midwest One Bank endowment to Olivia Hauser for $175.
On behalf of Napa Auto Parts, $200 scholarship is awarded to Sequoia Benham. On behalf of Oliver Jungling, a $150 scholarship for Christian Eilers.
On behalf of the Parkersburg American Auxiliary, I present $200 to Olivia Hauser and $200 to Cameron Lurie.
On behalf of the Parkersburg American Legion Post 285, it's my pleasure to announce 2 scholarships in the amount of $250 to Reagan Schneiderman and Cian Luring.
On behalf of the Parkersburg Chamber of Commerce, a $100 scholarship to Haley Peterson. On behalf of Parkersburg Eclipse News Review, a $100 scholarship to Jake Wolf.
Good evening. I would like to congratulate the Applington Parkersburg High School graduate class of 2021, one of the major milestones. I also would like to thank the families, friends, and faculty, and the board who are here tonight to show their love and support and their hard work. The Parkersburg High School class of 1969 was based on the first 3 members of my class who died far too young. Martha Mulder was killed in a car accident on the last year of our junior year in high school. My best friend, who lived across the mile from me in the country, Galen Hawkins, died less than 2 years later, suffocated in a grain bin here in Parkersburg. And then my good friend Karen Daniels and I grew up together in the Methodist Church and the Methodist Youth Group, and she was a good friend, and these all died way too young. Sadly, in my opinion, there's been more deaths too soon than I can even name the classmates that we've lost so far. I started this scholarship for 2 reasons, those 3 young people, and for nurses. Some of you know I'm a physician, And I personally think there's three groups of people in this world that are quite possibly, as a groups, the greatest. And I put nurses first, based on personal experience. And I include doctors and teachers. I won't tell you which one I consider second or third, but nurses are the best. And tonight I'm happy to award a scholarship for $800 to Missy Oswegan. My mom asked me to present a scholarship in the name of my father, Miles Humphrey. He died in December, and we all miss him. And the recipient of this $150 award is Sequoia Benham.
On behalf of the Parkersburg Historical Society, we'd like to present a gift in the amount of $100 for Olivia Lester. The Lions Club is the largest service organization in the entire world. On their behalf, and as incoming president of the Parkersburg Lions Club, I will present a scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Haley Peterson.
On behalf of the Parkersburg Rotary 2216, there's a $100 scholarship awarded to Kayla Warnica.
Parkersburg Tire and Alignment would like to award a scholarship in the amount of $250 to Missy Oswegan.
On behalf of the Tornado Storybook, the writers of that book, Ruth Hahn, Nina Schmitz, and myself, I'm pleased to present an award to Jada Ollenberger for $100.
On behalf of Paul Woody Shook, an award for $250 to Elizabeth Moore. On behalf of Peters Crop Solutions Incorporated, an award of $250 to Cale Lupkus. On behalf of Ray Brungard, an award of $300 to Jada Oldenburger. Redmond Schwartz Funeral Homes are awarding $250 to Bodie Miller, as well as $250 to Haley Peterson. Remembering Logan, the award in remembrance of Logan DeBoer, $500 to Reagan Schneiderman. That's for someone going into the mental health field. And for Remembering Logan, Logan DeBoer, for someone going into trade school, that would be $500 for Trevor Rule. Rudell Arts and Letters, $950 to Kayla Warnica. Rudell for Trades, Bodie Miller, $950. And Rudell Wildlife and Horticulture, Cale Lupkus, $950.
We have an award for $300 from Shargi Business Development for Corinne Bellows. We have a scholarship for $100 from Shepard, Gibson, and Levens Law Firm for Reagan Schneiderman. On behalf of Shirley Meyer Luring, a scholarship of $150 to Macy Freund. We have two scholarships from Sons of the American Legion, both for $150 for Joshua Hahn and Cameron Loring. On behalf of Stan Shipper, we have a scholarship of $300 for Nicholas Johnson.
A couple of years ago, my mom retired from the board here as the last remaining charter member since 1983. And in their wisdom, and deservedly so, the board created a scholarship in her name. Apparently, they gathered together some bits and pieces of spare cash, I'm not sure. And the Kate Humphrey Award this year goes to Olivia Hauser for $325. Oh, and sorry, people, but she's the best mom in the world.
Class of 2021, there have been lots of reminders on thank yous for you to give. For your businesses that are, or your families that are offering the scholarships, thanking the board, the Dollars for Scholars Board, for all the time and effort that they put in, the community that supports you, but somebody else that you also need to thank are either the people that brought you here tonight or paid for your gas to get here. They're the ones that helped you write your My Weekend Stories in first grade, and they're the ones that are gonna make sure you take your last final before you graduate, and that's your parents and your family members that support you. So make sure you give them a thank you tonight as well. It's my honor to present the Truax Insurance Scholarship for $250 to Riley Freund.
I have the honor of being the last person to go with the last scholarships to award, the moment you may have been waiting for. We have $400 on behalf of Virgil Goodrich for Cameron Loring. We have $200 for Missy Oswegen from Voss Studio. From WD Investments, we have a $100 scholarship for Macy Freund. And from Wells Fargo, a $100 scholarship for Riley Freund. And lastly, we have a $200 scholarship from Wood Vision Clinic for Haley Peterson.
So this concludes our award ceremony for the class of 2021. A big thank you to the school and our award chair members for your time. Thank you again to our sponsors of the scholarships. We wouldn't be here without you. Seniors, be sure to take this all in. Read that information that's sent to you, that Melissa handed you with your scholarships. In there, it'll say to accept your award by June 1st. Don't go out there tonight. I have to do something first before you can see that. And so it may or may not be this week. So maybe next, like Monday or Tuesday of next week, you guys could go out there. You just simply have to accept the award. And that lets us know that you are acknowledging it, and then Jody can pay that award for you, or that scholarship for you, after she gets your grades at the end of this year, after your first semester. Please, lots of reminders on the thank you notes. This really is important. They really do look forward to knowing, and some of them aren't here to know who received their awards, so they just really love putting a face to that, that investment that they made. So if you could please remember to send them a handwritten note. And lastly, we have just such a wonderful and generous community. I hope you guys all get to be a part of this for the rest of your life. These sponsors have chosen to invest in your future. Your next chapter is on the horizon with so many great things ahead of you. We wish you the best in your education, your career, and your future. Molly is here from Eclipse, and she's going to take a quick picture of all of you guys. So we'll have you come up here, and we'll just line you up, have you sit or something to take a quick class picture for the paper. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We appreciate your attendance, and have a great week. Thank you.